the other time where I was like just constant there, but I was awake the whole night, and like I can't remember. I know I've been dreaming, but it's just I can't remember. It's nothing relevant, you know, nothing to do with nothing with the guides. It's just like one into the other, into the other. And it's just like I'm going through a load of stuff, and it's crazy. And it's like waking up exhausted, like I've had no sleep. You know what I mean? But I have been asleep, but I've been dreaming, and it's just been one. It's like relentless. Out of one, straight into another one, into another one. But like I say, it's nothing relevant, nothing to do with the guides. It's just crazy stuff. I can't really comprehend none of it. It's just I don't know. I just think I'm going through something at the minute. I was going to ask actually if anyone else is like have nights like that, because it's kind of weird. Because I'm going to sleep, but I'm waking up knackered, so I'm being tired, you know. And like I say, it's nothing really relevant, nothing to do with like, you know, becoming new. And it's just like I'm bouncing around the place, out of one dream into another, and then back into another one. And it's kind of done me head in, because I'm not bringing anything out the other side. You know what I mean? Like I think my senses working overtime as well. But no, that's it. But the past 2 nights have just been crazy. So yeah, but nothing that I can share, nothing I can put my finger on and share. No, not really, Val. Sorry.
Duane likes to wake up every hour or 2 hours because he recalls his dreams better. He says.
Yeah.
I mean, go ahead. Yeah.
At the time, I'm like remembering it, but like I'm gone. I think, oh, that's cool, and then I'm back in, and then I go back in, and then I'm in it, and then I'm off somewhere else, and it's just been like that for 2 nights, constant. And like, I mean, well, what day are we on now? Tuesday, yeah, Sunday and Monday. It's just been like it's. Like I said, I'm waking up, and it's like I'm exhausted still. You know, I get up early and that, but yeah, it's not really there's nothing really coming through, if you know what I mean. There's nothing that I can recall that's like significant. It's just that it's like I'm doing overtime dreaming. It's like that time where I said I was awake all night. It's like that. That's how I get up that's how I feel when I get up, like I've had no sleep. And it's kind of like, I don't know. Hopefully I'm going to have a better night tonight. And, you know, I always try and write things down, you know, but it's been that haphazard. It's like, well, it's like bang into it. As soon as I'm sleeping, I'm not really sleeping. I'm just dreaming, like 7 or 8 hours of constant dreaming. But I'm waking up between going back to one dream and then out of it. And then I'm in another one. And then like I'm up with the animals a couple of times a night. And then I'm straight back in a dream again. And it's just like that. And there's nothing really that mostly it's all personal self stuff. And like I say, there's nothing that I can share because I can't really remember it. There's been that much. I'm going to try tonight. I'm going to try again tonight and see if I can recall anything. But that's what's been happening with me. And I was just kind of wondering if anyone else has nights like that, because it's kind of wild. It really is. It's thrown me out. It's like, whoa, waking up. I'm like, well, whoa, there's another night like that. And like, I'm not remembering anything, but while I'm asleep, I'm conscious, if you get what I mean, but I'm still dreaming, you know. I'm hearing the dogs moving about, and I'm in dream, and I'm like, I've got to get up now, and then I come back, and I'm straight back in my dream again, and then it's just that, and I think it's like I say, I think my senses like working overtime on me, because I'm not really bringing anything back, but I know I've been out, and I know I've been out there doing all kinds of stuff, and yeah. That's it, really, Val. That's it. But not as in like out with the guides and stuff like that and sharing the new sound. It's like I ain't remembered a thing about anything. But I know I've been out there, you know, I've been on it. But I'm just not remembering a thing at the minute. Sorry.
Duane, I was telling Pearce that you like to get up every couple hours or so, because you recall your dreams that way better. But he's having trouble, I guess, remembering plus sleeping. So I suggest some alcohol before bed. I don't know. It's probably just a cycle you want.
Well, alcohol before bed. Okay. Well, you know, because cause and effect is always changing. See, we've been brought up to, literalize to think that things are stable here in creation. That, we do something and it'll be there and it'll just keep going like that. Like your car. When you get it new, wow, it just runs. It's like, oh, this thing will run forever. Well, this is where you realistically start to see what creation is. It's always variables, and there's no straight lines. So that thinking is along the lines of control. And that's why we've been taught to think like that, to where it's not that. The indigenous people, they didn't think or react or live like that. They saw the variables in the environment in creation. But again, we're city people, we're social people, we're taught this literalism, and this is the toughy part for people to understand, because just because they can think, they seem to be okay. Well, they are in their own decisions. It's all fine, decide whatever you want, but that's not how creation is. And so we have variables, and so as we become more aware, we start to see all these variables with creation, cause and effect, interaction, agitation. And that's part of the wake-up process. And so again, we've been taught lullabies, sweet songs, sweet stories, prophetic words, ancient wisdom, all these things that don't really, show us what's going on in creation at all. And so you really need your real awareness to be able to see that. And, again, from Paul's day, he accumulated everything just to start people off, but that was first and second grade. Talked about certain things, wrote wonderful words, etc., put them together with rhythm, but that's not it either. And so again, creation is what it is now. And so each person is wanting something for their life to be now. But at the same time, you have a whole world that you're living on with other people deciding other things. Do you take that into consideration? So again, this is the big step here to become all aware. And this is where, again, most people come and go. They'll do it to a certain point, they'll get frustrated, and they'll stop. So it's like going out for the Olympics and wanting to be the gold medal Olympic star, or the #1 doctor in the world, going through all the, the programs and the schooling and whatever. Who will do that? So it becomes very, very interesting, and we continually ask the questions, why? I get it. But you have the best references now. You have the best understanding and explanations now. And really, it all breaks down to one, and that's you. Each individual decides for themselves, what are you going to do? They're looking for something to do it for them. There's no such thing, because all life is awareness. It's not things, it's not programs, it's not procedures. Yeah, you can do a diet, weight lift, and you can look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Hey, fine, have fun. But it has nothing to do with awareness. You can have the best job, make a lot of money, be popular, whatever, and that's all fine too. Everything's okay if that's what you want. New presentation is all about becoming more aware and recognizing what's real. And very few people want that, simply because they want to pretend la la land here. So yeah, I have to deal with myself here too. I really do. And constantly make adjustments in the awareness according to what's taking place with the environment. That's a constant. Just like you got to brush your teeth every day. But then again, you don't have to. You don't have to brush your teeth every day. You don't have to comb your hair. You don't have to take a bath. There's no obligations. We're just providing something that makes sense with what's going on. And most people, they don't want it. They don't want to make sense of it. They want hocus pocus. They want magic. They want healings from Jesus and the gods and whatever, just like right now. Talk to these religious people down here because it's Easter. They're not celebrating life. They're celebrating that Jesus is dead. Yeah, they're celebrating death. And this is what people do all the time. They're celebrating death, like 4th of July in the United States, all the fireworks going off. They're celebrating death. Just look at what's taking place as opposed to what you're thinking, you see? And it's not about thinking. It's about awareness. And then you choose your thoughts according to what makes sense or don't. You don't have to do that. I see what makes sense for me is to promote something as real as I can, create references accordingly, and explain it like I'm doing here now, too. So, yes, the fun part is taking on the challenge. I mean, I make different things with my food, my environment, whatever. Take pieces of the junk like Val is doing. You know, we created that site, Baja Builders Incorporated. I created that for the fun of it. It was just for fun. And, you know, Val has created an interesting situation where his environment back here on the property. And, you know, he's just doing something while he's become more aware and sharing with the world. So that's the personal self. So you look at all these things that you want to do, you decide. And so is there an answer? Yeah, at times there is, but not always. There's no big answer. And this is where people go to religions and spiritual paths. They just feel that, oh, I'll just focus on God and God will take care of things and whatever, and I'll live my happy little life here. That's fine. You can do that. And it just means more lifetimes, of course, because again, what is the focus? What is the awareness? What is the understanding? People are just focusing on their personal bodies. And that's fine too. Everything is okay if that's what you want. We're providing real references to your real awareness, how to recognize that, but that becomes your part. That's the big part. It's like leaving home and having to support yourself now. You have the guidance, it's there, and yeah, you're going to go through a lot of rough times or whatever because you got, you know, this whole realm full of endless, nasty beings that don't want you to succeed. That's for sure. And so things are going to happen. So I go through a lot, and a lot of it I just throw out. You know, it's like walking down the street and like walking through trash or whatever. I just throw it out. You know, I don't consider it. If there's somewhere that it fits with what I'm doing, great. Other than that, it's just simply, it seems to be a bother to the personal self. And I don't really need that. And it's not that I'm perfect with that. No, I have this little self too, and it's very vulnerable. Very, very vulnerable. You know, if you have one little piece of sliver, a little piece of wood, you know, 1/16 of an inch long in your finger, your whole body hurts. It doesn't take much. It doesn't at all. But we're thinking something else. So take a look at your thinking, and truly, you don't need to think. You use it when you do, just like your car. You're not in it all the time. But the mind is thinking, so it's better to replace it with, you know, some songs and singing the NUUU or whatever, because the mind isn't active. We have an activity going on with the mind. Plus, we're being bombarded with a bunch of subliminal nonsense all the time. So it's a real challenge here to get through this. But it can inspire you and actually help you to become more aware once you recognize how to do that. So it's taking the so-called problem, which I don't, you know, define. I don't use that word. Paul did, but I decided never to use it. And turning it around into something else, like a piece of junk, and recycling it, or just throwing it out if you don't want it. You don't have to consider it. And you don't have to consider the stories that you hear in the news and what the government and the authorities say. But you got to deal with it. That's for sure. It sucks. But you take the risk and step up. Yeah. And so again, that's why there's very few of us here, because who will stand real with something that makes sense? Yeah. And make it fun. And, you know, creatively produce something to show others how to be wonderful. That's the best part. I look for those people that want to show up and be wonderful. And just, you know, stick with them and help them along. Yeah. Let's put them first. Make them the stars. This is the fun part. Because it's a whole life thing. It's going to take you your whole life, and who knows how long. Beyond what life is here. You don't know how long it's going to take. It's not about that. It's about you just keep shining like the sun and decide to do that. But that's a big decision. Yeah, that's a big decision. I know. And it's like you got to just grin and bear it many times, and it's frustrating too. Yeah. I get frustrated because I can't do enough. I want to do a lot more, and I have things I want to do here, but I need help too in many different ways. So, yeah. So I see what people are going through, and it's a lot, but it takes great patience because it's going to take the rest of your life. It's not a couple of weeks, a month, 5 years, 10 years. No such thing. No such thing. Look at that sun up there. How long's it been there? Long time. Yeah. Consider that. Where are you going? What are you doing anyhow? Huh? Are you going somewhere? You got something more important to do? Well, you decide. That's the mind. That's that literal thinking. Have fun. Yes.